fucking get into it, man. You know what I'm saying? So, it's been a minute since the last one. How's life been? Not too shabby.
You know, it's been good, man.
Yeah, right? Yeah, I had my first week of my new job now.
Okay.
That was it's interesting. I actually did it with Dave. I can't believe this guy Dave is working with me now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's chill though, bro. It's
That's the coolest shit when you get to like work with somebody that you know.
Yeah, you have a whole friend there, you know.
Yeah.
And I've been getting to know him better too, so it's like that's awesome. Yeah.
You know about Clang?
Huh?
Yeah, he works with Dave Clang now.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, they work in from the same office.
Yeah, definitely. But it's been good, man, and I'm glad because my last job I was like 3-1. That shit was just throwing me off. Like night shift is tough.
Yeah,
I don't know.
bro.
I really don't know how people pull that shit off.
I couldn't do it.
Like I don't know if you're like always just straight insomniac or if it's just you function at different hours of the day. But I couldn't do that shit, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, no way.
They tried to get me to work night shifts at my job.
Yeah.
And he's like, just be honest with me,
Just-
bro. He's
yeah.
like, if you feel like you can't do it because you feel like you're going to blow your brains out
Yeah.
or something, he's like, just tell me. And
Yeah, just
I
tell
told
me.
him, I was like, yeah, that's probably what I would feel like.
That's probably what would happen. Yeah. Yeah, definitely, bro.
Like,
That's
dude.
crazy. Yeah. And then, I don't know if you guys been noticing all this, like there's that huge plane crash that happened.
Dude, there was 2 of them.
2 of them. And I think they're trying to like low-key not hide, but like not put as much of a spotlight on the one that happened in Philadelphia.
Right.
Where like that small plane crashed into a whole building basically. But then
That
the
one didn't
other
get
one, the
traction.
big one, that one was crazy because it crashed into a whole Black Hawk, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like it was a whole military chopper, like. But it's just, and then I saw a news clip saying how like other pilots were saying how that's like one of the dangerous routes in the Washington airspace, and everything. But I'm like, still, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That and a commercial airline is in the same course as a military chopper. Like it, you don't see that every day. Like that just makes no sense.
Mm-hmm.
What is
Not at all.
even a commercial airplane doing even that close to a military chopper? I have no idea.
I got questions, man.
Like it's
I got
just sus.
a lot of questions.
It's just sus. And yeah, and that was really unfortunate. R.I.P. to all those people, man.
I know.
Because that sucks, man. That
I already
sucks.
I dislike flying, you know. I don't need to feel more weird about it.
Yeah, I definitely understand the paranoia with that because it's like when you list the factors, it's pretty intimidating.
Mm-hmm.
You're 30,000 feet in the air. You're in a metal tin can, basically.
Right.
Well, I believe they
Anything
said
that
they were
happens-
like, well, yeah, in general.
Like, yeah.
But I think that, what was it? They literally said it was like 300 feet in the air, and then a majority of where it had spread
Yeah,
was like in a river or something.
yeah, like
Jeez.
And it's cold as shit.
yeah, man, and like I think when they crashed together, I think the explosion like
Whether they
already took
survived,
everybody
whether
out,
they
like,
survived,
yeah.
exactly. But if they
Yeah.
did,
Yeah,
they were fucked after.
there is
And yeah, bro,
because you can't.
hypothermia, all that.
I think the thing with planes is that the reason why when one crashes it's such a big deal is because of how rare it is for one to actually crash.
Yeah.
Which is why every time one does crash or disappear, it's headline news every single time. But it sucks because then it instills the belief that are planes that safe, are this and that. Like, yes, it's rare and that it happens, but you never know. It could be your flight. Like, it's
Right.
not to scare people off, but it's like,
No, but
I
plane
think that
is
honestly, though, if
yeah.
we're being honest, I
Yeah.
think everything is a risk in general, regardless.
yeah.
So,
Any-
like,
yeah.
whether it was that, not to sound insensitive, because that's crazy as hell,
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
but like
yeah.
in general, you can go drive somewhere and die. You know what I mean?
If anything, they say driving is, if anything, more dangerous.
More dangerous.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, there's train, plane, boat, car.
You can literally do anything and die. So it's everything's a risk. Literally everything is.
Yeah. God forbid I could get ran over by a Hyundai tomorrow. Like, you never know.
That's what Logic said.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, did he say that?
Maybe on a Monday.
Oh,
you can get killed by a
he
Hyundai.
did, right? Oh my God.
That's the first thing I thought of.
Black and white. Piano.
Bro, I'll never stop quoting Logic. You could try.
Blame it on the black. Blame it on the white. Blame it on the gun.
Blame it on the Muslim.
Logic.
Oh my God.
Do you remember when my mom came in my room when I was blasting that song through the speakers? Oh, she was so pissed, dude.
Oh, she was so pissed.
Dude, titties, pussy, money, weed.
Oh my God.
She came in. She didn't even, bro. She said she opened the door and goes, seriously?
Seriously?
She goes,
just seriously?
She goes, no.
That's hilarious.
No, she goes,
seriously? Yo.
Shout out my mom.
For real. Shout out, mom.
She a real one.
This was
Real
funny.
one.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that whole crash sucked. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to like get on my news feed and then see that first thing. Like that's terrible. But it's been like, I don't know if people are paying attention, but like just airspace in general has felt hectic lately. Like especially with all the like now there's mad drone videos and everything. Like I don't know, something's up. Something is fishy.
Yeah, bro.
I don't know. I was on my conspiracy theorist shit earlier, and then I was like, what if something's like already here, and they're like trying to like low key track shit down, like they're like hunting for some shit, and then like incidents happen. Now it's headlines, news, blah blah
What
blah.
if,
like,
bro?
I don't know.
We
man.
still got
It's
lives to live.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
gotta not worry about.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I do like to have my fair share of like
I have
theories and stuff.
I have my conspiracy theory moments. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I definitely do, for sure. Because it's fun. Like that shit might be true. Like it's just like out of all the other shit we discovered was true.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like with the Diddy, who would have fucking thought 1,000 bottles of lube?
That's the craziest.
Like
headline.
you know what I'm saying? Like it's just like.
Diddle me this.
Question mark?
Diddle me this, Batman.
The diddler. Ridiculous, bro.
Nah, but kind of literally, I said, I think it was to him. I was like, that is definitely like the beginning of like more people getting.
Yeah.
Because if it's not only him doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's not.
No. Oh God, no. There's levels to that shit probably that like Diddy is just barely scratching the surface.
Right.
Honestly. And it's as much as I don't want to think that way, I have to be like realism has to kind of set in and like you almost have to dive all the way in to like think of the worst because that might be true too. You know what I'm saying? Like look at the whole who is that guy? Jeffrey Epstein. The dude had a whole island.
Yeah.
I mean, anything can happen. Anything can go down when you have a whole island. Like, it's just...
And it's remote. You don't got,
remote,
like, anything
it's
coming
in the
there
middle,
except the
you're
boats
a billionaire
and the
already.
helicopters.
You're, like...
I'm about to one up that though.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's more of a conspiracy theory is the fact that he had committed suicide in jail or wherever the fuck he was, right?
Yeah, that shit.
And he had all these people who he had this shit against.
Yeah.
So he did not kill himself.
No.
I'm just saying.
I think it's...
Whoa, bro. You're getting a little out there, dude.
Yellow card. Pause on. Yeah.
Whoa.
They're going to come after
but-
me next.
Pump the brakes,
Oh my
buddy.
god.
They're gonna ban my TikTok account now. Fuck.
We're going to edit that one out at us.
Yeah, we're gonna edit that out. We'll phase that out, no problem. Yeah.
Nah, but for real though.
Nah, yeah, and then, I mean, in his case, it was like, but the thing is like these people in positions of that much power, like somewhere like in your psyche, you know you're doing wrong. Like there's no way you don't. I mean, I'd like to believe there's people out there with some sort of moral compass to tell them right between wrong.
Right.
You know, and I wonder if it's you gain so much monetary value that all just fades away. Like, you reach a certain point to where you're no longer thinking about consequences, and it's just like straight pleasure.
I think certain people had no moral compass to begin with, though. Like, to become something like that, you have to already have like an impulsive mind. And
and it's like, it's almost like, you know, it goes back to like, I don't know, like maybe some people are just born truly evil in that way, in that sense, like
with lack of empathy.
Like not everybody's gonna come out fully adjusted in that way, in terms of, you know, emotional, if they care about your feelings, this and that. Like,
well, a lot of it is an environmental thing. Like, if you grew up in a certain way, that's going to influence how you act as well.
Oh yeah, right. And like when you came from filthy rich backgrounds and you've got anything you wanted, you know, it gets to a point where all you're in it for is the pleasure. Like, he was literally recruiting his wife. What's that bitch's name? Excuse my French, but his wife was literally like recruiting girls for him.
Yeah,
which is even crazier.
It's a whole racket, bro.
You know, it's like it became a whole organized system, like with hierarchies and levels, and that's fun. And then there's probably so many other rings of power like that we don't even know.
Yeah,
you know, like,
it's just the tip of the iceberg.
Mm-hmm. Shit gets dark, man.
Ain't no party spooky like a Diddy party.
Yeah, for real.
Sorry.
You know what I'm saying?
Yo, not to change up the topic or anything, but let's change up the topic. Right. Y'all seen that? What do y'all think of Captain America, the new one?
I heard people are shitting on that so bad already.
Yeah, bro.
Like, they're
it seems dead on arrival.
Like,
man, where's Secret Wars at?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, they want to get this out of the way so they can get Robert Downey Jr. back.
Yeah.
So they can get Chris Evans and get the gang back together.
Now, the thing with Marvel is, like, do you think it's past its time where it'll have that same effect on us like it did back in 2018?
2018? Like, that was peak, bro.
Can they ever recreate that? Like, with as many new series as they do, shows and everything, like, just every time I see a Marvel project, I'm like, I either really love it or I like really hate it,
bro.
Like, it's hard for me to find like a in between nowadays with them. Like,
they're just gonna keep trying to make those moments happen again, like all those great moments and stories. Like, they can't do it again, bro. I don't think they can recreate that. I don't think,
because
like those movies still exist and they're still good. So it's like,
still good.
What do we need to like rehash for?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Can you explore some new territory without getting to the point where we're like getting corny? Like,
and that's why I think like the idea of like ending things where they should be ended is a good thing, because I think sometimes when you kind of like want to drag it out, extend it out, it loses a bit of its magic for me. Like, and I think that's what Marvel is kind of doing. Like,
I will say, to me, it just seems like you can tell which projects get mad love and which ones don't, in terms of like what they're putting into it. Yeah. Because there's certain movies you know, you can name a couple that are like, these kind of go fucking insane. Yeah. And then it's like, what's it called? Basically, I guess all I'm trying to say is, one, Disney has a hold of this shit, so they're all, you know how Disney is. They like to get all woke and shit.
Right.
But fucking that's kind of ruining it, I would say.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, you just said, like, how long are they gonna drag this stuff on?
Yeah, like
but the comic series is kind of like, I mean,
infinite. They could go,
it's continuous,
so many ways.
They bring characters back to life. Yeah, they go to different universe, which is what they're doing now. Like,
and then with the whole multiverse, they literally have an excuse to like pull a script out of anything,
yeah,
and they could find a way to navigate it, tie it to the comics.
But that's like, what we're saying. We're saying whether people are looking at the MCU right now and being like, this multiverse stuff is getting dragged out, bro. The multiverse, whether you think it's being dragged out or not, is a thing regardless. There are different versions of characters in different worlds and shit.
Yeah.
So whether you like it or not, it's going to happen.
Well, here's the thing. So the supposed plan is that they're ending this whole multiverse thing with a bang. So they're gonna bring all these old actors like Toby, Hugh Jackman together, and everybody that you could think of, together for one last thing, kind of explode it all, and just go back to one universe where they have some new actors playing like characters like Iron Man, Cap, maybe keeping some. But the theory right now is that they're gonna be rebooting stuff.
Right. But that's okay. So, but even in that sense, I would say that would become its own thing, right? Like how we're saying multiverse this. We're talking about in terms of storytelling, the multiverse is being dragged out. But I'm just saying, like, you get what I'm saying? Like, there's different freaking, like, arcs to this shit with different people. Like, it's not just one version of Peter here. Like, there's different timelines, different things. Like,
and they'll always be there. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but I get what you're saying. Nah, that, honestly...
They need to bring the brand back to one thing.
Yeah, that...
They need to start over, kind of.
That's where it felt like it was the best. When you knew the plot of characters you were dealing with, you knew their backgrounds already, and their stories and everything. That's why I think, like, Endgame, Infinity War was the best, because it was them finally having a moment of, like, coming together. Yeah. And then, like, we got to see... Because we all knew their solo stories... So when they come together in an event like that, it's even more heroic and awesome for us. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, if you think about it, Infinity War and Endgame was like the combination of a bunch of little franchises. Because Marvel really is like a encompassing franchise. Yeah. But all these movies were directed by different directors and, you know, different casts. And they had different stories. Like, you can't, like, to replicate something like that.
It takes
to continue that it takes a lot of effort.
And think about it, and think about how many years it took too. Like, I mean, it's not like decades, but it did take a whole decade. I mean, from 2008, from the very first Iron Man movie, which I remember going to theaters to see, and I was 8 years old, to 2018 when it all came together. Like, so fire, because you're growing with it as time goes. You're waiting for the next Thor movie. You're waiting for the next Hulk movie. So then you can see them fighting together and everything. So they got to get to a point where, like, they almost have to press the restart button on that and then get to that moment again. Yeah. Now, will it take another 10, 15? Who knows? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Nowadays, I feel like they just kind of... I feel like they don't really take the time to sit down and be like, okay, what's the best direction we can take this in? And then they just see it as a revenue thing to just stream it out already.
Right. Like Disney Plus.
Yeah.
All them shows? Really? Why we gotta have a She-Hulk show?
Okay, I was just going to say that. How much of a disaster that was.
Wow.
I mean, if you're going to spend $20 million on CGI and shit, make it look...
crispy.
At least... impressionable. Like, that just looked like, throw the whole script in the garbage.
Throw it away.
You know what I'm saying?
Daredevil though, that looks good.
Daredevil,
that shit look crazy.
And I watched the past 3 seasons on Netflix.
Yeah.
So I'm watching that day one.
That was a good show. Now, do you think? I mean, Marvel's had a lock, but you think DC? You think DC can ever make a comeback as big as Marvel, or is it too late for
it? Depends,
DC,
bro.
Like,
DC as in the DCU or DC as in general? Because
he means the movie.
Oh, okay.
DCU,
because I've never been fucking with that to begin with. I'm not even gonna lie.
It's just I think the thing with DC is, like, I think all the movies that came, like, okay, the Wonder Woman, the Batman versus Superman, the this and that, like, they needed to go a completely different direction, because we saw how good Batman the Dark Knight series was.
Right.
Like, hands down, amazing. I love that Batman. Yep. And that DC type of... And I would have thought they would have... How successful that series was, I would have thought they kind of would have taken some sort of angle, some sort of direction like that, and put it into the DC. But then we saw the the re-innovation of DC, and like it was very gloomy, dark. First off, why is Ben Affleck Batman?
I never understood it.
Worst casting call,
Batfleck?
I think, in Hollywood.
I never understood that choice.
Bro, they had to make his chest look like it was pumped up by an air pump.
That's
like in the suit in the movie. It just looks terrible. There's so many better actors out there that could have played Batman.
I know.
And you chose him.
I didn't like it. He didn't seem like Bruce Wayne to me.
Like it wasn't Bruce to me. It just when I saw him in that suit, I didn't think Bruce Wayne. I didn't think Batman. I didn't think Gotham. All I was thinking in my head was Ben Affleck in a goofy ass suit.
I said, "Hey, that's Daredevil."
You know what I'm saying?
And not the good one.
Yeah. Bro, it's crazy, bro.
That movie was Draki
Dookie. But then the whole DC lineage of movies came out from then on was just got even worse. I mean, and then you saw Batman versus Superman, that tanked so bad.
Do you bleed?
I think the only good ones.
That shit was corny, bro.
The only good ones were like semi decent. Was like Wonder Woman that got somewhat better reviews. But that was it. And even the Flash movie was terrible.
Oh, man.
It was so bad.
I didn't even watch it.
The trash.
Bro.
It was basura.
Tell me this, though. Tell me this. Does DC have a catalog of characters that's even near as compelling as Marvel?
But they have some fire characters, though.
Think about the top 5 most popular DC characters, right? Superman, Batman, The Flash, Wonder Woman, and Aquaman. Right there. Okay?
So, wait. Superman, Batman.
Justice League, basically.
Wonder Woman.
So
The Flash and
mierda. I would have said Green Lantern somewhere in there. Yes,
okay,
right,
interchangeable.
Green Lantern, yeah.
Those are the top 5 I think of. Yeah. Okay, listen. So then you think of the top 5 Marvel characters right now: Spider-Man, Wolverine, Iron Man, Hulk, Captain America. Those guys smoke the other 5 in terms of like popularity.
Okay,
who really cares about Wonder Woman, bro?
Yeah,
who cares?
I feel you.
I want to see Wolverine. I want to see Spider-Man. And I want.
Yeah,
I don't want fucking. I just.
Yeah, I feel you.
I don't want Aquaman, bro.
No, I get it.
The fucking Mermaid Man from SpongeBob, bro.
I get it.
Evil.
Yeah. No, but
Evil.
DC is. I don't know. That shit's hilarious.
Sorry, I got passionate there for a second.
I think DC has really cool, like, I don't want to say minor characters, but like Moon Knight. You remember Moon Knight?
That's a Marvel character too.
Is he Marvel?
Yeah, that's Marvel.
Oh, fuck. I thought he was DC.
Yeah,
All right, fuck it. DC is Basuda.
You've been exposed.
I thought it was.
I'm trying to tell you.
No, but
Basuda, wait.
like DC, I always fucked with it. Like,
yo, look at Teen Titans. That shit went hard.
Teen Titans was the best DC property.
Teen Titans went. Yeah.
There's nothing that they produced that has been more enjoyable than that, besides maybe the Dark Knight movies.
You know what? You think certain series now, like you think certain series are better cartoon than real life.
Oh yeah.
Like I think Marvel got the real life thing like down packed, but I think DC is in terms of the whole universe. I think it's a universe that needs to be animated instead of.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
The animations are
when
fire.
they tried the real life people, and we saw how much of a disaster that was.
Yeah.
And I think when they stick to cartoon and just straight, animation like that, it comes to life a lot more. I think as a viewer.
Yeah. It seems to fit that medium way better.
Yeah, I think so. Because like coming up, we saw cartoons, the Justice League, this and that, and like they were always just straight cartoon. There was no casting call for a Tom Holland as Robin or this and that. Like, no, It was just straight cartoon and we loved it. So I think they need to go back to the drawing board and kind of reiterate a lot of things.
I will say this. The new Superman looks pretty cool. I like how like hopeful and bright and colorful it looks.
Right.
It's different.
True.
It feels cool. I'll go see it, bro.
Yeah.
I'll pay the money to go see it.
I was gonna add to what you were saying though. I feel like a lot of that has to do with just like what they put into it.
Yeah.
Like in terms of writing.
Yeah.
And just how much they know about certain characters, because you can tell when certain movies come out. It's like how you said. Okay, y'all just did this for some money. Y'all know people love these characters. Y'all, it wasn't like you thought this out and you gave me like a motherfucker who really gave you like, not that he has to look like a Batman, but this storytelling has to give me Batman vibes, in the sense
aura. You know what I'm saying? Like I need and that's a good point, because I think as a viewer, at least with me, I always appreciate a higher IQ in terms of how the writing is displayed onto film. Like if you have a really good writing plot, really good writing direction, it's always gonna bang.
Yep.
I mean, with the whole Batman Dark series, the writing in that whole series was amazing, because it didn't only show the action of Batman, but it showed his trials, his tribulations, what he had to go through, the background and everything, and it was all coming together to form the perfect Batman to the best ability.
Yep.
And I think it's something where it's like, we need more of that. We need more of, like, I feel like we're lacking the appreciation for the origins of heroes nowadays. If we're gonna go back, like, we need to kind of get that kid fantasy back. You know what I'm saying? Because everything nowadays, even outside of heroes, action, and all that, everything just feels dull now. Like, it's like there's no spice to it. There's no magic. There's no, like,
I'd agree.
I don't know. Like, as a viewer, that's just how I feel. Like, I haven't seen many projects now where they made me feel like, oh, that's a bookmark. Like, I'm gonna go back to that one.
And
like,
I agree with that. And to add on to that, just movies and entertainment in general is at like a weak point right now. Like,
okay, I don't know if it was just me, if I was bugging, but did every movie that came out in 2024 was terrible? According to the so-called critics, on every movie that came out, there was always an article that said it was trash.
Honestly, it was like one good movie. I mean, I didn't see a lot of movies. I saw Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah.
I think that was the only one I went to theaters for.
Yeah.
If you compare that to like the late 2010s, bro. Yeah. Or even the 2010s in general, man.
Yeah. I mean, that was such a good decade for film. Like, maybe it's a little, I don't want to say biased, but a little different, because that was a time where we were coming up. So, like,
we're not biased, bro. Movies now suck.
Yeah, they suck. Bro. Like, I don't want to say like maybe it's just straight basura now. Like, it is. You know, like, I feel like I had a way more enjoyable time watching movies from 2010 to like at least 2020 than I did from that point from now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
the pandemic didn't help. You know, that's how we started this decade. Man. Don't forget, that's how we started this decade. What? Like, what do we do?
And, you know, it's crazy to think that that's already 5 years ago now. Like, that's, I mean, I remember the March of 2020. Like, I was in class, and then they said, okay, we're just going to take a little 2-week hiatus.
Yeah.
This and that, and it turned into 2 months, 6 months, a year, blah, 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 and then it was crazy, man.
We were 20 years old.
Oof.
I was. You guys weren't even 20 yet. No. You guys were still in your teens, bro.
Teens. Yeah. You're still in your teens.
You guys were little babies.
I hate when people do that shit.
I changed your diaper and shit like that.
You remember me?
Back in my day.
Like, bitch, I was fucking 1.
Yeah. Yo. Bro.
And I ain't seen you this long, and you're talking about you remember me. You should, yo.
Yeah. It's like, yo, you remember me? I saw you when you were 6 months old. I'm like, yeah, okay.
You remember me?
All right.
Yeah. You remember?
Yeah, right.
Dude, I literally, I was at the store, and some guy, some Amsterdam head, I'm in the Amsterdam Walmart, right? And I'm walking around, and he points at me. He's like, yo, you're Eris's kid. I'm like, I don't recognize the guy at all, but I'm like, yeah, you got me. Guilty as charged, man.
Yeah.
He's like, man, you used to be like this tall, man. I'm like, yeah, I was a kid at one point, bro. Like,
I was a kid at one point.
Shit, it happens.
Yeah, literally.
What can I say, man?
Yeah. Oh my god.
That shit's funny though. People, bro, they love to like see people and then reminisce. Like, oh man, you used to. Oh,
you remember when I used to?
I'm guilty of that too. I can't even lie. I love to chop it up and.
But there's people who live in that shit.
There's people who who do it too much.
So into
like
it.
They get like now they're expressing every little detail when you were a kid.
I remember that little freckle that you had on your butt that you was mad embarrassed about.
Yo. It's too much.
Not even what I meant. I just meant in the sense of like people being stuck in the past. What the hell are you talking about? Freckles on your butt?
Question mark? Yo.
The way Juan just looked over at me.
Yeah.
It's just like
no freckles on the butt, please.
What is happening?
I'm just making a hypothetical, bruh.
No, people do that though. A lot of old heads, a lot of unks. It's crazy, man.
A lot of unks. That's crazy.
You know what's funny? I saw a post. It's probably complete garbage.
I know what you're about to say.
Yeah. But it was a chart that said...
Yep.
If you're like from 18 to 24, you're still considered a YN.
Oh, YN.
And then if you're 25 and up now, you're considered unk. And then anything after that, you're just fucking old. So it's like I saw that shit and I started dying.
Salutations,
like, what? So they broke it down into brackets now.
Would you like a YN like me?
Yeah, you like to ascertain
crazy.
A soiree with a YN like me?
Yeah.
Salutations, fine shits.
Oh my god.
I saw one that was like, if you're like 25 to like 34, you're big bro.
Yeah.
And then after that, you're unk.
You're unk. You're just straight unk. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
damn, dude.
It's crazy. Like, in 10 years, we'll be unk. Well, according to that bracket, at least.
Let's not think about it.
I already got motherfuckers calling me unk.
Listen.
It's crazy. Yeah.
I'll be unk when one of my siblings produces a child. How about that? Let's keep unk to that.
True.
I guess that's not what unk really means. But
yeah,
it's like slang, you know. It's like that's guys like,
hey, unk,
old as shit,
old as shit. Oh my god, unk, bro. That's crazy. The terminology we have, bro. YN.
YN is crazy.
YN is just wild.
Like that one. Like YN is not safe for work, like, bro.
Yeah,
you can't say that like at work, like I'm a YN. They'll be like, what does that mean, bro?
Yeah, you can't say that. Like calmly breezy, like it can't. It has to come with caution. Like you gotta.
You don't just refer to somebody as that casually.
Like read your environment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, read the room.
Yeah, you can't just nah.
Why not?
Because that's
I just know like some of my family are gonna watch this and be like, yo, what's a YN?
And we're gonna tell them.
I would just be truthful with you right now.
Truthful on Troofalay.
Exactly.
Baby.
You have to be.
We gotta get right down to it, bro. The nitty gritty.
Yeah. Just right then and there. You might as well. All right. Is LA still burning, or
I think that's over.
Is that
over? That arc is complete.
Okay.
Arc.
What a crazy one, though.
I mean, we're only a month in to 2025, and all this shit has happened already.
Honestly, like,
I mean,
I think this year's gonna go by like that.
Yeah.
Because at this rate, it's like something new happening every day.
I mean, I'm just glad January is over, bro. Like,
bro, you're
I
telling me.
hate how much of a drag January is. Like, I feel like that out of all the winter months, that one is like once you get through, it feels like I've accomplished everything getting just through January. Like, it's just
it's a big milestone, bro, because that means like the holiday season is like really behind us, done, and now we can, you know, the days are getting longer.
Yeah,
love
finally.
that.
Oh my god, bro, when the sun going down, disappearing by like 4:30,
so depressing.
It's just not okay. It's just that's not right. You know what I'm saying? Like
I love the summer being out. And the sun's still up at like 8 o'clock at night.
Yes.
It's mad warm. I got shorts on. I got the freaking sandals.
When it's almost like 9 p.m. and like I see the sun actually setting down, it's like that's the best.
You can get right in the car and drive it. Like you don't gotta sit there. Perfect. Like,
oh my god! Even like today, after all the snow, it was a mission. Just trying to get my car from the parking lot that's literally right in front of my house to the front of my house. It was like a 35-minute mission. And I'm just like, this is crazy. This is ridiculous. Side quest. I'm like, Jesus Christ. And then
fuck snow.
Shoveling is a whole workout.
Yeah.
You do that in the morning, you don't need to work out for the rest of the day. Bro. You're good. You're set. It's cardio.
I was literally going to go to the gym the other day. And then after an hour of shoveling, I was like... Bro, heart racing.
Yeah.
Like, I'm good, bro.
I'm good. I don't
straight
need to do it. I'm good, bro. Because you really do put your body to work. Like, you're lifting heavy amounts of snow. Like,
yeah, bro.
You know what that does to my lower back?
Torment.
Dude, you can hurt yourself shoveling, too. I've shoveled before and really messed myself up.
There's old heads that like tap out shoveling, bro. Like I've heard some cases, I've heard some stories where like,
oh, of course, bro. They're old, and,
yeah, it's like
they're beyond unk.
And why the fuck are you like? Not to say, obviously, you gotta like get yourself like, you gotta get the hell out the crib or whatever. But like,
yeah,
why at an old age is
are
your kids not like?
I think at a certain age.
I mean, not everybody has kids,
right? Yeah, and not everybody's kids. That's a good point that you bring up because. When you get older, it's like you don't necessarily have that like community around you or like your family because they go out and do their own thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I could imagine it's like it's kind of tough because obviously as a kid, you might want to stick around your parents, but you're not obliged to. You can go move to another state. You know? Yeah. So that's why there's a lot of old people in my neighborhood.
Yeah.
And they had kids and stuff, but they're still.
Yeah, like you. Yeah.
They're still active. They shovel their driveway, and they don't care. I think that shit keeps them alive, honestly.
Yeah.
The moment you stop doing stuff, you start to crumble.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. That's why, like, older people are up at, like, 5 a.m. just ready to do activities for the day. Mm-hmm. Like, just keep them busy, this and that, stimulate your brain, because when you get too complacent, it only gets worse. For your body, for your mental, and everything. Like, the best thing to do as a human, I think, is just be a busy bee. You know what I'm saying? Just keep going. Because, like, when you're lonely, like, loneliness is a problem.
That's a big problem.
Like, it's a big problem. Like, people really spiral down when they've experienced too much loneliness. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why... If you have somebody who is older, if they're a friend, family, or anything like that, like, check up on them once a week. Yeah. Because you genuinely never know. You know what I'm saying? Straight it's up. Like, it gets scary. And there's so many people out there that don't have anybody else to lean on. Genuinely. Like, I'm blessed to have the support, the foundation, the friends I have, like, I can always talk to somebody if I need to, but...
Right.
I've never experienced the other side of that coin where there's not a voice coming back to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people don't even get to have a conversation.
Right.
It's like, that's very minimal for them. So.
Or in general, like, have, like, social anxiety and shit.
Yeah. Like.
I think we've all dealt with that at some level.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
I still do, bro. I don't know how to engage with people sometimes.
I think you have to, like, face the awkwardness, like,
embrace it.
Shake
it off, man.
Like, shit's gonna get awkward.
Just go say hi.
It's okay. Like, if it is awkward, like, you move past it.
One good thing I learned is that you don't always have to fill the air with noise, like, in a conversation.
No,
you don't always have to say something. You can let it be quiet for a second. And just,
it's okay. You know what I'm saying?
Also, like, what fucks you over for the most part is the overthinking about the conversation itself or the potential of the like in general the overthinking because once you just do that's kind of with anything I guess like overthinking will fuck you up.
Oh yeah.
Because you could just do and see results for whatever it is, but just thought.
Yeah, like I think for some people and with some brains, I think just thinking in general and overthinking is almost like quicksand, where the more you do it, the more you're just stuck.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And then it's 10 p.m. the day is over and you didn't even do the thing you were thinking about all day about doing.
Right.
Because you were just thinking about it. You know, that's why thinking and action are two completely different things.
Yeah, if you're thinking, like, you're not acting. Simple.
Yeah.
Equation.
Literally. You know what I'm saying? And then
just
do it.
Go ahead, my bad.
Just do it. But yeah, man, that's why and they say, like, statistically, if you at least just start it in any simple form in the easiest way possible, you just by starting it, statistically you have an 80% more chance of actually finishing it or getting to a point where you're satisfied with it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, you don't need to go like mad scientist, spend 36, 40 hours on this one thing. No, it's just little baby steps at a time. And then you allow it to grow, this and that, an hour a day, half an hour, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, whatever, even if you are the busiest man in the world, you have time for 10 push-ups a day. You know what I'm saying? You can squeeze it in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's not really an excuse because you're your only limitation.
Yep.
You know, so when you think about it that way, it helps.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But overthinking that's a problem.
It's a bad habit, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Because not everybody's brain is on the same, like my overthinking might be way higher or less than Juan's overthinking. You know, and like some people genuinely, when they get stuck, like they get stuck. Like for the whole day, they're not like, they're just there in that moment and it's them and their brain and that's it.
You ever have like so much shit to do that like you're thinking, oh man, I got to do this and that and this and that. And so much time goes by while you're thinking of all that shit you got to do.
Yeah.
And you don't do any of it. And you lose hours.
You don't do any, and you've wasted another day.
I've done that before.
Like, which is why, like, clearing of the mind and people who believe in, like, meditating is probably, like, that shit real as fuck because it's like, honestly, no, we're saying that there's times where, like, we walk up into here and, like, my brain is just super overstimulated just because of life, and then like I don't. Yeah. It's not the same energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, so, I feel you. And that goes to show you how it kind of leaks into the other things you do in life also. You know what I'm saying? You know, like you thought about that so much where now you're at an event where you kind of have to focus and concentrate, but you're still where you were when you were at home. You know what I'm saying? So it's a big thing, man. And it's like, the only thing I wish is that everyone at least has somebody for them. You know what I'm saying? Just as long as you can just have interaction with another human, like
on a regular basis,
you know, I think it'll be brighter for you. But
you can't isolate yourself, man.
Yeah, no, that doesn't do good. Like I feel like for people who have the mentality of like, in a way that's good, like a mentality of like, I'm gonna do it all myself. Like I don't need nobody.
Being self-sufficient.
Like, being self-sufficient. That's good, and I think to a certain degree.
Yeah. Yep.
But eventually, everybody needs someone,
right,
to help them, you know, go further. To help with this. To just help in general.
We're not meant to live alone.
Yeah.
We're meant to live with others. We're social beings.
Yeah. If you go down to the very base of it, we're social beings, and that. We kind of do need each other. Yeah, as much as we don't want to admit it.
That's the ego and that pride, though.
You know
which not everybody... See, that's the thing about that shit. And you sit there and watch. You can tell exactly, like, just watching somebody, like, who was raised how and just...
Yeah.
I don't know why. There's people that I've seen... And you know how I am. I'm kind of...
Yeah.
I mean, I might crack a joke here or there if I, like, know you, but... Certain people will come up to me respectful as shit, unless you disrespect me, and say just something out of pocket is shit, like it's regular.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that shit is like, I'm like, it's the consequence factor, I think. Like, no one's ever smacked you in your shit, so like maybe I got to, but like,
yeah.
I don't know, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I get it, and I think it's a thing of like coming up, like my parents always taught me to have a sense of principle, decorum, consideration, being able to read your environment and read it well. But throughout life, there's people out there that are the complete opposite, where they don't have morals, they don't have principles, they don't have a standard for themselves, they don't have this and that, they don't have any consideration, so they just say anything out the mouth. And those are people that I've learned to stay very far away from, because they don't benefit anything to your life,
right,
at all. Those are the people that are gonna bring you down, keep you there where they are, because it's at least with them.
And
you know,
to add to what he was saying, it's like when that happens, you gotta check that like disrespect, because sometimes people make it seem as if they're all that, you know, like they're gonna really try to test you. But once you show that you're not willing to be walked on, they'll be like, "Oh, damn, my bad.
My bad."
Yeah,
you know, or even then, like, a lot of the time they're just really not built like that. Like, a lot of people, probably 90+% of human beings,
majority,
are not trained fighters.
No.
So they run that jaw because they might look physically imposing and whatever the hell, but it's like, can you fight? I don't know.
That's another thing too. And there's always the type of person that's so quick to get into fights too. That's like the other side of it. It's like, oh, you want to fight? You want to fight? Like, not
Crash
everything
out.
needs to be a fight, bro. Relax.
Not everything needs to be a crash out. Like,
take a deep breath.
Imagine what we could do with a conversation.
Yo,
that's powerful. An honest, true one. Yeah, like, we could get to even higher levels with a conversation.
Oh yeah,
sure. I could slap you in your jaw if you want.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, where is that going to make me feel any better?
No.
You know what I'm saying? Is that going to make you feel any better? Is that going to make me feel more of a, you know, a man or this and that? Like, no, like I just see it as like, it's just trash to me.
The only time that you should have to fight somebody is when you or someone you love's life is in danger, bro.
Like, I will always believe and support the fact of learning how to defend yourself. Like, if you go to MMA classes, if you're the guy who's on the mat all day, beautiful. I love it. It's a craft. It's something you need to learn, especially as a man.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But that doesn't mean you need to go out there and show it off to everybody every single day.
Fighting, yeah.
Some of the greatest martial artists are the most peaceful motherfuckers ever.
Locked
you know what
in.
I'm saying? Because they don't need to show their skill. No, they have it because it's their craft, and it's something that they will do. Like, if their family member is being attacked or anything they need to do in emergencies, but it's not something that, and that I think that's where the line gets blurry, is that you get guys who go into the MMA thing and then their ego gets burnt up and everything, and now they think they're big macho. Like,
I was gonna say, so the word self-defense in itself, that right there, is self-explanatory. There are people who are, you know, just gonna do what they do to defend themselves, and then there are people who create the situation to make. So it's kind of just like,
true.
I never understood unless someone, like you said, is like already trying to be physical with you, making you defend yourself.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know. People's little ego and their little pride be hurt. I don't understand.
I think some people get really blind to it and everything. Because I'm not gonna lie. There's been times in my life, you know, even at an earlier age, where my ego was at its highest. Like, you couldn't tell me anything or nothing, blah blah blah, because I was gonna talk back right then and there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I understand how some people are almost trapped in that sense, where it's like, a lot of people don't have a pause factor or a pause moment to think like, okay, where is this leading me down, and is it a negative? You know what I'm saying? Like that's why it's really good to have honest conversations with yourself.
Yeah.
And have that pause moment for yourself, because if not, it's amazing how much the mind can have a lock on you in terms of just one certain feeling, like ego or pride. You know what I'm saying? Like if you get turned up on your ego and pride, now that's just all what's going to be displayed.
Yep.
For however long you're in that, in your brain. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people, like, I think for people who don't have a high emotional IQ, it's even more difficult for them to kind of allow for that ego, pride, and all those senses to kind of calm down a bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because not everybody has a high emotional IQ. I mean, there's people that we know will break down just because a fly hit their forehead or something. You know what I'm saying? Like some bullshit like that. Like it's like,
bro.
You know,
really melt
a lot
down,
of people really aren't. Like coming up, I've always said, like, I've been so surprised that so far in my adult life, how many individuals just lack common courtesy and just overall logic. Mm-hmm. Like, which is why I come to the theory that I genuinely think there are people out there that just don't have good brains. Like in all departments.
Literally,
like
bro.
Some of them are just out there as like walking corpses.
NPCs, if
NPCs,
you will.
like a literal NPC. You know what I'm saying? Because like you come across one and you're just like, wow, you're really existing, and that's about it. You know,
it makes you feel like we live in
crazy. Like it
makes you feel like we live in the Matrix.
Really, like this shit is just all.
I done took the red pill,
bro. But some of those people, I'll say, are like some of the best people, man. Like people that like have some sort of either like learning disability, or they're just not all there. Mm-hmm. Like, not to like generalize, but
no.
In my experience, they're usually really pleasant people, and it's almost like a weird feeling I get when I'm around them. Mm-hmm. It's like, oh man, I'm in like the presence of someone who's a little bit more like childlike and maybe just innocent or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Well, you know what it is? They don't have a filter to them.
Right.
In terms of like everything with them, any interaction with them is pure.
They're just straight honest.
You know what I'm saying? Where there's so many people out there who don't have a diagnosis per se, and they're like fully functioning in the brain and everything, but they're so filtered. They're so fake. Yeah. They're so toxic.
They got so many layers of ego built up. So many
layers of,
you know,
distrust, whatever it is. You
right.
know?
Yeah.
And it's just, it's not everybody's going to come out.
And that's not to say that people that like, you know, have egos and stuff and can't be capable of like, you know,
I think
having like honest conversation. I was just making note of that. But.
But I think that's a good point, because I think with me, I learned not to have certain expectations with people. Like I can't, if I know you, I know your character, I know your strengths, I know your weaknesses. For a certain task, I'm not going to go and ask you to do it, because I know where your energy is at its limit. Yep. You know what I'm saying? So with certain people, I have higher expectations. With certain people, I have no expectations, because I don't expect anything from you.
That's a good way of thinking about it.
And that's how I've just in my adulthood so far learned to just kind of adjust it. You know what I'm saying? Because I've learned in life, people come and go. Like nobody is a permanent. You know what I'm saying? Like I've lost friends in the wind. I've gone through some drama. I've had a backstabbing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, through that turmoil, you kind of learn how to redirect with people.
Yeah,
like,
bro.
And it's and I think like
that's how you gain experience in life. Yeah,
experience.
You gotta learn the hard way.
Yeah, it comes through trials and tribulations. You learn. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's crazy. Not everybody is gonna be on the same timing, have the same decorum as you, have the same manners, principle, and that's just something you have to know in your head. You know what I'm saying?
Expectation, though. That's kind of... Okay, so I've had this conversation with a few people. Like, that right there is the problem. letting people into your life and having an expectation for them.
Yeah.
Instead of knowing and seeing, okay, like, example, I know Marcus.
Yeah.
Me and Marcus aren't friends because I think he could get me somewhere in life.
Yeah, no.
I'm friends with Marcus because that's a real dude.
Yeah.
And
it's pure.
And, you know right. So there's a lack of that, like how you said. So my morals are that.
Mm-hmm.
Someone else ain't gonna give a shit about that. It's about what you. That's all. Yeah, it's that expectation in people. You shouldn't have.
Yeah.
There shouldn't be.
You shouldn't.
It should be this person is who they are.
Yeah.
And you love them for that, or you just don't, and you don't keep them around. Right. Exactly.
And it's sometimes it's as easy as like, some people are gonna fall out, and if they fall out, they fall out.
Yeah.
Like I don't. There's a reason why I don't hang out with the same people I hanged out with in 2018.
Simple.
They're gone.
Yep.
To me. I mean, you know, maybe a message could always be received one day and this and that. But, you know, I came to the conclusion where it was always me sending the first text. When it takes two. If I'm going to put 50% of my energy, I'm expecting the other 50.
Right.
And if I don't get it, then that's a telltale sign that, all right, you told me what I needed to know.
Right.
Right then and there. You know what I'm saying? So, you know,
Actions
great success
loud.
to you. You know, hope you have a lovely life, but it's at a distance now. And you didn't need to tell me much for me to get that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, because like they fall like leaves. You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
Like they're gone with the wind. People come and go. So I've learned not to have a attachment, a permanent marker on people until their actions are the things that prove to me that, because you could know somebody since you were like 7, right? And then you could have somebody come into your life and then through actions prove that now they're your best friend.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And you see it all the time. Like, someone could come in, right, another person, and then with their actions show me that, like, within 2 years, now that's my best friend.
Yep.
Compared to somebody I've known for, like, 17 years.
Right.
So, yeah, man. It matters. It matters.
Yeah.
That's why...
Some people just aren't built like that, that's all.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
And that's why it's, like...
I certainly wasn't.
It's super important.
Dude, when I was, like, a teenager, I spent most of my days just in my bedroom playing video games.
Yeah.
The only people I talked to were the people on the game.
Yeah.
Simple.
Yeah.
Like, those were my friends, those were my buddies, and I check up on them every day.
Honestly.
But when it came to real life interactions, it was like I didn't know what was good, bro. Like,
yeah. Honestly, bro.
Like, yeah, I could talk to people, but it's like it was hard for me to engage and want to engage with people.
Yeah.
And I thought,
Well,
I'm
people,
good. I'll be just by myself and be like this loner type character.
Yeah.
Like, dude, if I could go back 10 years, I'd be like, cut that shit out. Dude.
Yeah,
Come
honestly,
on.
like, yeah.
You remember watching, bro, in like 11th, 10th grade, my son walk around with a beanie, mad quiet, talking to nobody.
Beanie charges.
Beanie with the broken Beats headphones walking around.
Bro,
I didn't really mess with nobody.
Yeah,
unless they mess with me first. That's kind of how we became friends, bro. You were just like, oh, let's hang out. Literally, I saw him on the street because he was at like Brandon's house or something like that. And he's like, yo, let's just chill one time. I'm like, bet,
Yeah.
And the rest is history.
Honestly. Yeah.
Jeez, man, that was like 8 years ago, almost.
Oof.
Damn.
Honestly, it feels like longer, bro. It feels like longer.
Yeah.
It's not quite 8 years yet, but
it's been a hot minute.
We done been through a lot, especially like as a trio.
Yeah.
Because
I mean, we've seen some things, bro.
Bro, I met you in first grade.
Yeah, bro.
First grade Jeremy
it's been a minute,
was different.
It was different. Yeah, it was very
I remember
different.
when the teacher was like, yo, we're getting a new student. He's coming in tomorrow.
Yeah.
And me and this other student in the classroom were like arguing about who was going to be your friend.
Right. Like
who's
the
this most
foreigner? Yeah.
I was like, obviously, the dude's going to be my friend. You don't got it like that. It's gonna be me.
You don't got it like that.
You don't got it like that.
Me and him were literally like having an argument, and the teacher was like, "You guys need to be quiet.
You please,
out of pocket."
Right.
And it wasn't that big of a deal.
Yeah. No. Oh my God.
We didn't really become boys like that until like what, like after high school?
Yeah, honestly. I think it was like a huge year was that summer of 2018.
Bro, I think the only reason I was hanging out with you was because Monty was hanging out with you.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was like, oh shit, Jeremy's chill like that.
That's where it was.
Like
boom. Yeah, man. Honestly, yeah, because we were. I mean, in high school it was the smart scholars.
Yeah.
You know, so we were that clique already.
Yeah, we already were like associates like that. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
That was crazy how we were in classes together for like 4 years.
Yeah. All because we signed up for some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like we signed up for this program, and then like, would I have had an expectation of like us being here now? I would have never thought it back then. I would have never thought this would be a timeline I'm actually experiencing. Like, but it is, and we're here now. We came a long way. I mean, is everybody still in our friend group? No, but they don't need to be.
That's
what I'm saying, and I think that's the perfect thing where, what I'm saying, you value others over others, because you kind of have to. You know what I'm saying?
Well, as you get older, your circle gets smaller too.
Oh yeah, definitely,
for sure.
Yeah, the minimal, the better.
A lot of these motherfuckers be faking.
Yeah. I mean,
and sneak dissing
on the ground.
There's a lot of, I think I don't know. I would put it as like small town mentality. And I think it's
crabs in a bucket like mentality.
It's something like an epidemic, because there's a lot of characters out there that have that. You know what I'm saying? And it's unfortunately I still live, where I live, but with time that's gonna change, because I'm not gonna be that same bum on Fast Track who's complete unk. You know what I'm saying? And it's
unk status
and asking the same people for cigarettes out the door. I don't ever want to be that guy or be ever associated to any.
Asking for cigarettes.
Any person.
It's not
like
a funny
that.
situation. I'm just like imagining Jeremy being that guy. Don't worry about that, bro. You're not.
Yeah, imagine. Yeah,
hell no.
Like imagine I'm asking for cigarettes out of a Fast Track or a Stewart's. Like, shoot me then. You know what I'm saying? Like, shoot me there and just finish it then, because that's ridiculous. And it's crazy because that's that small town mentality. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just. It's
Watch
a disease.
Because Chief Keef is watching from his spaceship.
He is. And he will shoot me down. He will.
Bonito.
Yo. Chief Keef. That's crazy, bro. Anyway. What was I gonna say? You got new shoes?
Oh, yeah,
you got new kicks?
Bro, I'm not
What is that?
lie.
Is that fucking...
Bro.
Is that an air pump?
Bro, hold on. I got it. Hold on, because these were from the TikTok shop, right? Check them out, bro. Bro, these things don't even got laces, okay?
Okay.
They got the damn...
What do they do?
The crank wheel, so you pop them up, and then you can loosen them, right?
The crank.
So you can take them off like that, and then, like, when you just want to slide them back on, boom, you push it down, crank. That's so satisfying, right? That sound.
Deceased, bro. That's
just fire. And check it out. They're a safety toe, right?
Okay.
Right, and then get this, $25.
25 beans.
25 beans for these.
For the crank and steel toe.
Yep.
Wow.
I mean, they're not like, they're not built like nothing crazy, but they keep my feet comfy and safe.
Thank you, TikTok.
And I don't have to tie them up. Thank you. Shout out TikTok, bro.
TikTok shop. You know what I'm saying? Okay.
They're air bubbles. They're like the, what are they called? I believe they're called Vapor.
The Vapor Maxes.
Yeah, they're like some fake vapors.
And they're comfy?
Yeah, they're comfy. Yeah. At first, it was a little weird, but like, yeah, they kind of go hard. I like these.
Yeah, they go hard.
$25, bro. I can't complain.
I can't complain.
Come on, bro. I wear them at work.
Yeah. Fuck it. You don't need to spend $250 on some Nikes that are gonna get dirty anyway.
Bro, I wear a clean suit all day, bro.
Yeah.
No one can see my feet anyway. It's all good.
Yeah. It's funny when like a person who wears like Jordans to like a snowball fight or some shit, like, like how many people do you know like wear the most bougiest shit to the most to an event where they don't need to even dress to that caliber.
Right.
Like they're just doing it to flex, to show off, like this and that. And I'm like,
and that's the thing.
Just find your style, find your swag, whatever suits you. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't have to be name brand, this and that. I mean, if you like that, go for it. You know what I'm saying? But don't make it to where it's for other people. Make it to where it's just for you. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Your style.
Man, you know these motherfuckers don't be doing shit for themselves.
I mean, yeah, that's a good point. You know what I'm saying?
That's why a motherfucker can never say nothing to me.
Yeah. Because
I do what I want and what I like. Fuck y'all.
I do it how I want to.
I mean, fuck y'all. Sorry.
Yeah.
Not y'all, though.
Not y'all, though. Not the Troofalay.
There's y'all and there's
listeners.
Y'all. You know, there's a difference.
You'll get it. You'll get it.
Fuck everyone.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
But yeah, man. Yeah, not everybody, I don't know. I think a lot of people just don't know their worth, like, in that regard. Like, you gotta know what value you bring and, like, show that in a way, I feel like.
Yeah, it's not in the items that you got.
Yeah,
you know?
no.
It's about the content of your character.
Exactly. As cliche as that sounds, because a motherfucker, you die tomorrow and all that money you had, no one care about it because you dead.
All them damn $25 pairs of TikTok shoes with the safety toe and the crank.
And the crank?
It don't mean nothing.
Got the cranks 500. Yeah, boy.
I can't believe Jeremy caught wind of these. I thought I was gonna be stealthy with the all black.
Oh no,
but
no, those are.
I saw him earlier.
I was. No, you weren't gonna escape that one. I was gonna get you on that one.
No, I'm proud of these.
But no,
if they made more shoes with the crank, dude, I'd buy like every pair. I mean, it's exaggeration to the nth degree, but like you get my point. I love the crank shoes.
The crank 11s.
The crank 11s, bro. Especially because now we got the cat at the house, and every day Ruben. Somehow, Ruben. Every day when I'm like tying my shoes, he'll come out of nowhere. Like he'll be sleeping, mm-hmm. and then like I tie my shoes, he's right there trying to get the laces as I'm tying them up.
Menace.
Yeah. See, I'm not a big cat guy.
Oh yeah, you're a dog.
I'll be honest, like
man, Ruben's fire. Watch him out.
No, Ruben, he's a cool cat. Don't.
Ruben's a little dude.
Don't get me wrong, but
he's a little dude. If I ever seen
he's
one.
A vibe.
Yeah,
he just be doing.
You guys haven't seen him in a while, bro.
Shit.
Yeah.
He's just gonna be doing things. He's playful.
I love Ruben, but he gets on my nerves. Let me just say that.
Why? What happened?
Bro, he be climbing on the table. He be scratching me too. He jumps up and. I mean, I think he's trying to play, but it gets annoying. You know.
It does.
So I mean, he's like you said, he's not even a year old yet.
Yeah.
So he's gonna take some time, but he's gonna be part of the roster of one of the greats, I think.
Oh yeah.
You know,
for sure. I mean,
right next to Mookie Mooks.
Mookie Mooks.
I don't know if he get to that level.
I don't know if he can get to that level
because that guy was special, man.
Mooks, yeah,
he was quite something.
Yeah,
he was quite something.
Yeah, I was just never a big fan of cats. Like I seen the I don't know, maybe it's a perspective thing, but like I would just see the loyalty a dog gives, and I'm like seeing how cats will just
eat you if you died,
right? Like or just like literally escape the place they call home for hours. I don't know.
Cats and dogs are good for different things.
Different things, yeah. There you go.
In my ideal world, you know, when I'm settled down, I got the family. I have one cat and one dog. Yeah. And that's like perfect for me.
Yeah.
Perfect. One like medium-sized dog.
Yeah.
Like something like a lab or something would be nice.
Mm-hmm. Right?
Just a cat.
Yeah.
I love them both. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Golden retrievers are great too.
Because that dog will motivate you. The dog gets on your energy, but the cat has his own.
Yeah, like cats are like
in their own shit.
Cats will let you. That the thing with cats is like they will let you know, like if something is up. Mm-hmm. If they got a problem with you, they will let you know straight up, no bullshit.
First thing you see is the airplane ears.
Oh yeah,
yeah, they go off to the side.
Yeah, and then cats are just. I don't know if I want a pet that sassy. I guess I'll say that.
The thing is like, it's like a person. They're all different. You can have a cat that's mad affectionate and like.
I'm sure there's mad cool cats.
That's like a breed thing too, no? Like certain breeds.
Yeah, they say that.
Yeah,
you know.
But they say like cats are like very spiritual in that way, right? Like because I had a coworker who loved cats just because of the so-called magic in them or some shit. Like. I don't know.
That's different.
People go down that avenue of cats also. Like, they're very spiritual animals. Like, they'll let you know if your aura is off or something like that. But,
which kind of makes sense because I heard something like there was a cat with a woman in a hospital or something like that where it was something like it came around like and was doing something it didn't normally do, and then 2 days later that person died.
I've heard a bunch of stories like that.
Yeah, but I mean, it's crazy how like just animals in general, like the way they act, their behaviors, they are the first to tell you.
They have senses, like their senses are overly heightened.
Like they're the first to tell you that danger is coming or something's on the way. You know what I'm saying? Like if you ever feel like you're paranoid about something, like. That's why I think it's really good to have a pet because they let you know that something dangerous, like use caution. You know what I'm saying? And like pets are the first to let you know in that regard.
Bro, I had I had read an article or like something. You can't trust everything you read, but it had claimed that dogs can smell tumors inside your body, like cancer. Like
I wouldn't be surprised, bro.
Yo, imagine.
Insane. That's insane.
I mean, like, I feel like that's not really true. We got to verify that, but
I mean, I think it's fascinating.
It might be possible.
Like how do you say the liquid fluid from a frog could result into like DMT or some shit. Like what's the frog where I don't know what the frog's name.
The tree frog,
like,
right?
Okay, the tree frog. How just a simple tree frog, if you like literally just go like that, you know what I'm saying? It'll send you on a whole universal experience.
That's crazy.
And that's just the frog will still be a frog while you're high to the moon.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It'll always still be that frog, but just one human touch and now you're sent. You know what I'm saying?
That's
like
crazy.
That's crazy. Like that's
bro. You ever seen how like snake venom affects the blood? Like it causes your shit to your nervous system. It's so brutal.
It's
like why
crazy.
Does that exist?
Yeah,
that's vile, bro.
Like there's nothing more nightmarish to me than like a prehistoric Earth. Like imagine a centipede, but that's actually 10 feet tall. Like how terrifying is that?
Dude,
like,
you seen the diagram of how big the Slavs were back in the day? They were like the size of horses, the bears.
Ridiculous.
Like, man, just dinosaurs too.
Or even scarier, a prehistoric ocean.
The ocean's already like unknown territory mostly, so like
that shit's still prehistoric. Let's be honest.
I think I have. There's just so much. Like there's only a certain percentage of the earth that's land, and then the rest of that is just straight ocean.
Yeah.
And then there's shit we don't even know about Antarctica for real. Like for real. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just a whole continent that's a sheet of ice.
Straight up.
Anything could be under there, anything could be lurking in there.
Yep.
I mean, we don't know. We have no idea.
No clue.
And then the fact that there's trenches out there that go even deeper. I mean,
anything that lives down there wouldn't come up probably because like the change in pressure would kill it.
They literally could.
Like,
yeah.
But there are things down there. Like
it's the simple fact that there's something down there that's like the most terrifying thought.
I know.
Because it's like there's literally new species being discovered every day.
Every day.
Out in the ocean. And I'm like, what? Like, when are we going to get to a part of the ocean where it's like Atlantis or some shit? Like, I wouldn't be surprised. It's the ocean. It's territory that's not been discovered yet. You know, it's like, I mean, I don't know. It's freaky. It's freaky, man. If you ask me. All right, people. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Troofalay. It's your boy, Jeremy. I'm here with Juan. That's Marcus. Toodaloo. Au revoir.
Peace.
Love you.